yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes one.
What you are about to witness is not for the faint of heart. Get ready for Office Baked.
Alright, you already know what it is. This is the live edition of Office Baked. Normally we get to sit and mix down 2 hours of footage or sounds. Now we actually have footage. I'm not even in the queue. Anyway.
Step into the light.
Step into it. But if you're tuning in, you obviously know what we do. We tell life stories, funny anecdotes, funny thoughts, obviously. If you've listened to the past, I was given a very hard time about my experience with edibles. And now I get to flip this story back around. Now, mind you, mine did not come with instructions. I ended up kind of incapacitated for about 32 hours. I was living the movie of Hostel. The hotel was working with the drug dealer, and we all were going to die. Terry wanted to call the police because we bought laced drugs. She did not trust her meter, and she didn't want to jump out of the window naked on the second floor.
I had to keep reminding you to please do not let me jump out that window.
So my high kind of mellowed out because, no offense, but she was such a fucking buzzkill because I had to take care of her. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I can't let Terry die. Her father fucking hates me. If Terry dies, then I'm fucking dead.
Yes.
So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I gotta help her to the bathroom. Wait a second, my legs don't work.
Yes.
So the next day, I'm finally getting sober. And
I'm still high.
she's gone. And our plan is to go to Chinatown and then go to Coney Island. We get on the train and Terry sees two, I think the politically correct term is Asian American people.
Yes.
And she looked at me and goes, Jay, it's Ken and Ryu from Street Fighter. They're gonna fight.
They kept looking at each other.
Like she swore they were gonna start Street Fighter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finish him. Because they were like, one was on this end, the other one was on the other end, and they just kept eyeing each other. And I'm in the middle, and I'm like, oh my god, the fight is gonna break out right here in the middle in New York. And I'm like freaking out. And I think we had to wear masks then on
the train we did.
Yes, and I kept thinking, oh my god, what am I going to do? I don't have anything to protect myself.
So we get off the train, and we're in Chinatown.
Oh,
And so Terry doesn't give a fuck about her price when she's high. So she's sitting there, and the guy's like, $300. And I'm like, that's fucking fake. There ain't no way.
Right?
So thank God I'm there, and I'm semi-kosher. And I'm like, how about 150? How about 120? Trying to chew him down. Because Terry's dead set. She's getting this Louis Vuitton purse. She don't care if it's fake. Money could have been coming from the Prince of Bibu for all she gave a shit. She didn't know she was paying for it. Because finally, how it works is they hand you the purses or the Supreme stuff, whatever you buy, and then they point to an ATM. You have to go to that ATM, get out the exact amount that you agreed upon, and then drop it at a SUV right on the other corner. Because it's illegal to sell the stuff, so they make it look like a gift. And then you go to an ATM and then happen to bump into a friend in a car.
Some shady shit, though.
Yeah, it is.
So Terry's sitting there, and she doesn't realize what she spent. She had the money, but it was still kind of funny. She's like, how much do I gotta get out? $200. What? For that? Yeah, $200. The deal's already done. I chewed him down from $380. And she's sitting there. You know credit cards go like this into the machine. Terry's so fucked up. She's putting it long ways, saying, it won't fit. She's tapping on the window of the bank. It's defective.
Oh my God.
Gone.
Yeah.
So we get back on the train. I got my Louis Vuitton book bag. She got a Louis Vuitton purse. I got some Supreme shirts. And we're now getting off at Coney Island.
Oh, yeah.
Terry decides that she's had enough. She's sweating. She's never hot, mind you.
Yeah.
But Terry is 190 degrees now, and she's going straight for the fucking ocean. All clothes on, all shoes on.
My mask.
She's like, fuck it, and I'm just standing there watching. I'm
Sounds like
videoing
something
this.
I would be doing.
Yes, I had my mask on because you got to have your mask on out there, and I'm just running towards the ocean because it just looks so beautiful.
So,
But finally, my high went down.
After you got in the
like
ocean?
36 hours.
Yeah, it
36.
was because there were no instructions.
So we just ate the whole bag.
We had to-
Yeah, we just ate the whole.
My uncle called and he's like, because I told him that I would just tried edibles, and he called me and he was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I don't feel a thing." And then it just hit me, and I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm on fire!"
Yeah, they take just a
how they work.
little bit longer to
Yeah.
kick
Up to 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. And I haven't had any edibles since then, I don't think.
I got a couple over there. But that's besides
in.
the point.
Moderation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, cause she gave us a hard time, and come to find out, she didn't even learn her lesson. So I want to hear this story through and through.
Purely accidental. Purely accidental. I wasn't paying the fuck attention. So, impromptu trip to Las Vegas. And of course, if you're gonna go to Las Vegas, you're gonna go to the freaking dispensary and you're gonna hook up on some shit.
Yeah.
And so I'm waiting to get on the plane, and I'm paranoid of planes. I can't get on them without something. So I've taken a Xanax. I've gotten a couple drinks.
Oh no.
So I can just board the plane. So by the time I got my drink, the line was so long, the plane was boarding. So I had to pound these drinks. There was more than one. There was two. So I pounded them, and I'm sitting on the plane, and I want a snack. So I start digging in my freaking carry-on, and I'm pulling out gummies.
Oh no.
And I thought they were just regular gummies, like.
Yeah, like a gummy
Caribou.
bear.
Right, yeah, like just regular candy, and I'm just.
No, they were warheads too.
Oh
Oh
no.
my gosh.
I think I left 2 in that bag, and then there was another one. What were they? Do you remember what they
There
were?
was warheads, and then there was some type of Skittles or something like that.
Something
Well,
like
didn't you
that.
have those, like the lifesaver gummies?
That's what it was.
Yes, the lifesaver gummies, and oh my god, those things on a regular basis are so good, and none of them smell or tasted like weed. None
Oh
of them
my
tasted. So
gosh.
I'm sitting here just knocking back gummy after gummy after gummy. I think between the 2 bags, 10 in each bag, I left probably 2 in each bag. So I ate
Oh
about
my
freaking
gosh.
16 gummies.
You couldn't even tell it was THC because it was written so small on the package.
Yeah.
It looked like a
Really?
bag of lifesavers.
All
like a
of a
Halloween bag
sudden-
of lifesavers.
All of a sudden, I'm like, okay, the alcohol in my Xanax is hitting me.
Oh my god.
How did you get off the plane?
I'm not sure. I woke up because my neck was hurting, and it's like what, a 6-7 hour plane ride.
Oh
and,
my
And then I'm
god.
like, okay, well we haven't landed yet, so
No, God.
Oh my god.
right back down to the same freaking neck wrenching position.
Head
Oh.
against the person in front of you.
No, I was
You were on their seat. I thought you were on their seat like this.
chin to chest. Yeah, I think I was. I did hit my forehead once. Just
Oh my goodness.
Didn't you sleep for like, what was it?
the entire
32
plane
hours?
the entire plane ride, and then I get off the plane. I don't remember that. I do not remember exiting the plane.
Yeah.
And I'm just so tired. I'm like, why am I so tired? Like, I only took the 1 Xanax and had the 2 drinks. What the fuck? And so I sleep the entire drive home. My daughter came to get me, passed the fuck out, and then I get home and I'm still all.
And I'm wondering why you're so trash.
He's like,
until
what
you
the
pull
fuck
this
is
bag
wrong
of
with her?
gummies out of her purse and
I'm
starts
like-
eating them.
You're
Started
telling
eating
me.
more. And then he takes the freaking gummies from me and is like, how many of these have you had?
Oh god. Yes, it's like not even a number. It's at that point it's like, how many did you have? Yes.
And then I slept for the entire next day.
Oh my
You
god.
didn't say, take me to the hospital? Or...
No, that's what she thought.
That's what I kept
No,
saying.
I was just too tired. I was too tired to go anywhere. I was like,
I kept saying that we were drugged, we were laced, and let's go to the police. And
Oh
Yeah,
my
well,
god.
Hospital just send you home.
yeah, I was like, let's go to the hospital.
just sleep it off. I slept it off. I woke up still high that night. Slept really well though. But yeah.
You gotta tell his story.
Very hypocritical moment. You tell your story.
Tell your story.
The broken toe.
Broken toe story.
Oh. Yeah, so I was growing in Vegas. And got done trimming my crop and everything, curing my buds, and we had all this trim, so I made butter out of it. We made some really killer brownies. And so I was smoking at night and everything. I got really hungry, and I was too lazy to go downstairs.
We had a 2-story house at the time.
Oh.
And it's all hardwood floors, tile,
Oh.
Yeah.
carpet, anything like that. And our bed's up really high because we got 2 box springs on top of it. And so yeah, I get up, I go in the closet. I'm like, oh, I got brownies in the closet. Let's eat some of those. So I ate 2 of those. Went back to bed. We watched TV for a minute. Crashed back out. I get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I go to step out of bed, and I just completely buckle myself to the floor.
Oh my
Like, I
gosh.
don't know what happened. Like I just fell.
He didn't have any legs.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah, I ended up snapping. Was it 2 or 3 of my toes?
Oh shit.
It was
at least
2,
It was
but
like-
the pinky toe was like all the way this way,
Oh.
and there was like a cut, a slice right down in here that
Bent
needed
them back
stitches.
so bad I ripped them open underneath.
Yeah.
Oh my
Stitched
God.
them.
Needed stitches right here. He's
Oh my
bleeding
God.
all over the fucking place. He gets back in bed, lays down.
After I put them back in place, I snapped them back into place.
Oh.
Because I had done that before. I always snap my own toes back in place when I break them until I broke a toes before.
I break my toes all the time, but I don't snap them back in place.
And she was freaking out. There's blood everywhere, all over the towel in the bed. She's like, we need to go to the hospital. I'm like, I'm going back to bed.
Blood's everywhere.
I
Slept
fell
for
back.
another 8 hours.
Oh my gosh.
So you can get me in the car to the hospital, and I'm so high in the hospital, they're like, we're not giving you any painkillers.
He's still fucking high.
They're stitching me up, and I'm laughing while they're
I'm just sitting there, oh my fucking god, this is embarrassing. So how did this happen?
See, what had happened was she got hungry.
What happened was...
Fuck it. I was gonna go downstairs, but fuck it.
Mind you, only need half of one of these brownies, and you're good. You're
And you ate like a whole one.
An
I
entire
Yeah,
fucking
two.
2 brownies.
That's like
After the first one.
oh my
Yeah,
god.
so it was 3 brownies total, like 6 times what I should actually eat.
I forget what night it was, but our friend brought us some, and since they're not here, I'm not going to say names, but they gave some, and Terry starts seeing invisible stars on the porch. They're not there.
Oh yeah.
And invisible hearts.
Yeah, invisible hearts. Yeah.
And
How were
me,
those edibles? Goddamn.
my fucking legs dumb.
Oh yeah.
But
you-
I ate the whole Rice Krispie thing.
Yeah, it was a
Like,
Christmas
it was a
tree
Rice
one.
Krispie. And I guess that, like, it was, like, one of the higher grade milligrams. Because, like, I guess that the other person told the person, tell Jay just to pinch off. Well, they didn't tell me.
Oh.
Jay's sitting there and I'm like, happy birthday to me. Happy birthday
Oh yeah, I
to
forgot
me.
to tell him.
Eat the whole tree.
Yeah,
Happy
so-
birthday
so-
to me.
Then I get up, and I had that chair on the porch. So I get up, and I scooch to the... I stand up, and I realize nothing is working.
Yeah.
Like, my brain is telling everything, but I just plop. I am now laying on the porch, and everybody's like, well, you better scoot yourself down. Terry ain't carrying you
Yeah, I
to
can't
bed.
carry him. Yeah.
Waxes and shatters are just as good. He got this wax, and I fucking hit it so hard. Eventually,
Oh God.
I couldn't form a sentence.
Words were hard.
Wow.
No sentences, no complete thoughts. At one point, I was like, I have an odd request.
And then you forgot it.
And then it
Forgets
left
it.
me right there.
Like,
Right there.
right
Right that
there.
second. Done. I don't even know what my odd request was. I want to know. I wish I could remember. But yeah, there was odd request. No sentences were formed.
Yeah, we went to drive home. I think you got like a mile down the road and you pull over and you're like, I can't do this.
No, my first edible? Yes. My first edible? No. No. The very first time I ever had a fucking edible.
We were like 2 miles from home too. She couldn't make it there. She pulled over in a church parking lot.
I couldn't
We had
do
to
it.
abandon her car and I took her
No,
home
you
with
made me drive home.
Did I?
Yes.
I made you
No.
follow me.
Yeah, you're like, you can do it. You can do it. Come on, you can do it. We were like 2 blocks from home at this point.
But
I'm
that's
"I can't
like
fucking do
that's
it."
like 40 miles when you're fucked
Yeah.
up.
Everything was spinning. Like,
Go for the one in the center.
for
Like
the very first
going to the
time
bathroom.
I tried dabs.
Like, cause it hit me after I realized my legs didn't work, and I kept staring at the bathroom, knowing I gotta pee. And I'm like, I am not gonna pee, and I am not gonna pee in this bed. It's not my bed. Not that I pee in my bed, but
But fuck it.
you know, I'm not doing it.
No.
So, and we got one of the rooms that had like the 2 queen size beds. Why we did that, I don't know, because we usually get like the California King in the middle.
Yeah, we did have 2 beds.
Yes, and then there's like a couch and everything. We normally get like the suite. So I finally get up, and I'm like crawling. I get to the bathroom, and I tell you, that was the hardest fucking thing in my life, was hitting the toilet. Because Jay didn't process just sit the fuck down and give up. So I'm standing there and I'm like, aim for the one in the middle. It's like fucking lightsabers and shit. And I'm like, it was the hardest fucking task
Yeah.
of my life.
My hardest thing was my insulin pump was tricking me.
Yeah, it was against her. It's like, ha, I'm gonna kill you, bitch.
Yeah, the number, like I'd check my blood sugar and it would go to my insulin pump and I'd be like, what if it's not real?
She's in the Matrix. She's like,
Yeah.
I took the red pill.
You-
This
what-
is bullshit.
What if that number was the number from hours ago and I'm not, and this is not real time? And I'm like freaking out.
First time I tried dabs, I slept in the parking lot of freaking Pizza Hut because someone didn't tell me what I was hitting was White Widow.
That's what I used to grow. Very, very potent.
And our fucking, the sad thing is like we bought the stuff from the Snoop Dogg van
Yeah.
down near Central Park.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're gonna go back to the hotel. We're gonna do it. We're gonna sit in the parking lot. We can see over the bay to watch the fireworks over the Statue of Liberty. 4th of July. We were up in New York, and I'm like, perfect. We go to the room. We're all paranoid because downtown it was more lax. Like they were selling it out in the open. Cops were buying it from the Snoop Dogg truck and everything.
Yeah.
But I'm like, we're in more like Greenwich Village. We're in ritzy, you know, area where we stayed. We had like a 45-minute train ride, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a little paranoid. Let's just do it in a hotel room. I don't care if they said no smoking. Fuck it. So I didn't want to do it out in the open. I'm more paranoid. So
We weren't smoking though, but we were.
I bought 2 joints.
Yeah, you did. You flushed them.
I
down
flushed
the-
them. I started getting paranoid. I bought 2 pre-rolls, and when my legs stopped working, I'm running to the bathroom, and I'm like flushing.
And he's like, let's go to the courthouse right now and get married.
We're living in sin. We must get married.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
How come you've never done anything stupid like that?
She's a good
Oh,
girl.
she has.
Because I'm not stupid.
Oh, she's still young. We'll get her there.
Yeah, we'll get her.
She has.
We'll get her.
So,
No
I'm
pressure.
gonna fuck you up.
But
Mine-
I didn't do anything like that until I'm 45 years old. That was, you know. So I've never done anything like that until then.
and there's a video that exists, and I think it's either in my Google Photos or my old phone, one or the other. But I wanted to video it for science, and it's one of the greatest shit I've ever seen. Yeah, I literally said this. Like, we are now eating these. These are for science. No, it turned into like that video from Taken. If you don't see us again.
Oh my god. The first time, and you would think I would have learned from it, the first time I ever got that fucked up off weed was when I was about 15 years old. Went to a party with my boyfriend at the time and my stepbrother, and there was a 6-foot fucking bong there. And when I was 15,
is that the glow stick brother?
no, wait, yes,
That was one of the best ones
yes,
you've
it
ever
was
told.
glow stick brother. But there was a 6-foot bong there, and I fucking filled this shit, and I cleared this shit, and afterwards I died.
She came back
I fucking
reincarnated.
died. I fucking died. I swear to
6 foot
God,
bongs are so funny.
I coughed for an hour. An hour. At least that's what it felt like to me, and I was so fucking uncomfortably high.
Wow, at 15.
Yeah. And I just went somewhere and I lay down and I passed out and I was like,
Those are great because you got to stand on a stool just to hit it. And you got your buddy down below the lighter because you can't reach because it's 6 feet
yeah,
away.
and
Oh,
so
wow.
And when it
and
hits
so
you, do you
don't
fall
stop,
off the
you
stool?
don't stop sucking until they fucking stop lighting, and then you gotta put your hand over it because you're like,
Oh.
And they pop the car as you're taking your hit.
and then you die. Then you just
6
die.
feet of smoke in your lungs at once.
It's death.
Wow.
I died that day.
Now, I was sitting here thinking, and Mackenzie knows my mind wanders with these episodes, so you're new to this, you'll realize I'm very ADD. But
We all know that.
I dealt
Yeah.
with
I mean, we lived next to you for how many fucking
Yeah,
years, Shane?
we don't know.
hey Shane, how you doing? Ooh, kitty.
Yeah.
What'd you do? I just saved the guy who blew himself up. Didn't you want to kill him?
I did.
And why didn't you just let him burn?
No, he could only save one person
He
his life.
brought that
Today's
shit
not your
on
day.
himself.
Tomorrow's not looking good either. Shane's got his free entrance to heaven. Like
Vape juice. I don't know if this one's leaking or
so.
Oh no.
So I just realized something because I dealt with it twice this week. And I don't know if it's like something in this entitled America society or if it's something that is like new. But I dealt with it once at work and once in my private business. I will utilize my private business one to explain. I sell audiobooks. I sell them on eBay. Stated it was a cassette. It was an audiobook. You could tell it was a cassette. Freaking moron buys it. And he messages me 5 times while I was at work. But obviously I don't check my messages. So this guy's blowing me up like an ex-girlfriend that, you know, is sprung or something. Like, you got a message. You got a message.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, hang on a minute. It's Christmas Eve. Like, come on. So he's like, well, if I would have known it was a cassette tape, I wouldn't have bought it. I don't even have a cassette player. So I really don't even want to return it. I just want my money back. When did it become...
What?
Yeah. And I dealt with this at work.
I dealt with it twice at work.
Yeah. And here where people are like, I want my cake and eat it too.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'd rather not go to the post office and ship it back. And I'm like, hold up. This is your mistake. And you're trying to blame me when I took pictures of the ad and showed him what it said, that the actual image says cassette tape.
Read the description.
And
Yeah,
you're mad at
exactly.
yourself now for fucking up, and you want me to compensate you in some way that makes 0 sense. I was like, but you want to keep the item, which means you're either going to resell it or you're
Or get
going
a cassette player.
or get a cassette player. And it just blew my mind that multiple times this week I've dealt with that mentality where it was like, oh yeah, I don't like the item, but I'd like to keep
Yeah,
it.
they had to come and get me because this lady, and it was first thing in the fucking morning too, which really irritated the shit out of me because I was already cranky because I was fucking awake. They had to come get me because she wanted to return her ham.
It was holy,
Okay.
like Jesus.
Yeah, it was a Jesus ham. No, it literally had an ear pocket in it, so a few of the slices, you know, had about a good 1-inch hole in them. I'm like, ma'am, we don't look inside of the hams.
They would take it apart.
I told her this, and she just looks at me like, yeah, we filter through every single slice. We manufacture. We slaughter. Okay, we take the pig, we slaughter it, then we fucking manufacture it.
These people
then
think
we
we
cook
do the
it,
slices
then we
in the
glaze
back.
it, and then
I
we
want extra
you.
thin today.
That is what we do.
Yeah, okay, here.
No, so I tell her, okay, I can either refund your money or I can replace your item.
No, she wanted both.
And she's like, well, what about some sort of compensation for this?
I drove
This
here.
is I drove here. What about some sort of compensation? Because I can't serve this. I said, ma'am, I can either refund your money or I can replace your item.
Well, just give me my money. I gotta go get another ham
Yeah, I would
somewhere.
go somewhere else. Good luck finding a ham bitch everywhere else. We have them all.
Kroger's been sold out for like a week.
Thousands of hams that we still have.
Oh my god.
Just all the boneless. We sold through the bone-in.
Yeah.
Boneless.
So, Terry, obviously you know the best time to deal with Terry is when sugar is fucked up. That is the greatest time. It's so entertaining. We were at the mall at Four Horsemen, and we're walking back, and this is back before my hair got dreaded, and I got all the cysts on my head and everything. So, we're walking by. The store sounds like Papastery. I won't say the actual name. I mean, you guys can do some research. Morgantown Mall rhymes with Papastery near the Four Horsemen. And so, I'm not going to advertise them because they're something that rhymes with pacist. So, a white boy.
How can they be?
I don't know. According to Charlie, everything and everyone.
The look on Shay's face. So we're walking down, and Terry's like, Jay, you haven't gotten your hair done in a while. You know, I got this bonus at work. Why don't you go get your hair braided? Not even dreaded, braided. Gentleman is braiding someone's hair, like right there by the window. And I'm like, hey, man, what do you charge? You know, I understand I'll have to come back. You're doing this guy's hair. Oh, I don't do that for you people. And I'm like, you don't even know that I'm part black, but we're not even going to go to the you people stance, okay? Like, I'm kind of taken back. I didn't even get to say a word.
How
Terry
fucking
was
pissed
no.
off would you have been if the roles were reversed?
No. Terry was Hillary Clinton at that moment.
I'm not fucking Hillary Clinton.
She
You
pushed.
take that back.
Okay, it was a compliment. She pushed Bill out the fucking way, and she's like, "Excuse me, my husband's blacker than you'll ever be." Now let me explain this scenario. This motherfucker was so black that he made Wesley Snipes look white. He would have to smile outside at the dark to be seen.
Oh
He
my
was
god.
black. He was dark black. Yeah.
So I look at Terry and I go, let's go get a cookie at the Great American Cookie Company, just ignoring anything. And as I'm walking her down, she's looking back and she's like, and that's what I thought, biatch. And I was like, oh my god.
Because that's racist.
It is. You can't bitch about
Wanting equal treatment.
one color of human being being, you know, racist and then be racist yourself.
Yes, exactly. You
But
know?
see, Terry normally is calm. But Terry low blood sugar doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
We went and test drove a Jeep Gladiator, a Jeep Unlimited,
Oh,
and a
yeah.
Jeep Renegade.
I can't stand those people.
All in one night. Terry did not have dinner. We went right after work.
Ooh, she was hangry.
Yes. They wasted our time.
Yeah.
They told us we qualified for a certain amount and all that, but then they didn't tell us to qualify for that amount. They needed a certain amount down payment. They didn't say that.
Of course not.
So we're looking at the cars in that range. Oh, you qualify for $48,000, but you need $3,000 down. Well, I didn't tell you I had $3,000. I said I was trading 2 cars in. Jay stands up. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. There's only so many car dealerships here. Jay just isn't going to lose it because down the line I'm going to have to get a car, and I get my car worked on at this shop. I have unlimited oil changes at this bitch. I got to look him in the eye tomorrow. No, Terry looks up. Thanks for fucking wasting my time! And she does it like she's got a megaphone. The whole place. 3 hours of my life I'm never getting back. Babe, let's just get
This sounds just like you, babe.
I was mad. I was
When we were
mad.
in
Is that what he
Virginia.
did?
Oh my god. like, no, fuck off.
Yeah.
Thanks for wasting my fucking time.
Exactly.
Drove down here for goddamn nothing.
Drove 3 hours to go down there.
Yeah.
Well, and they
exactly.
have these, and here's the thing. They have all these signs. Your grandma won't give you a nickel, bad credit, no credit,
Yeah, exactly.
unapproved credit. They don't stress that, though. They murmur that bitch.
Yeah.
They're in the commercial. They're like, your grandma won't give you a dime, your grandma won't do this, your family won't loan you nothing. And then they're like, bad credit, no credit, upon approved credit. And license upon, da-da-da-da. You get there and you're like driving down to Flatwoods, ready to trade your bullshit Hummer in, gonna get you a nice little truck, and they're like, we can give you a Chevy Spark. Terry looks out the window and she goes, that's a toy.
Yeah.
Like, it's smaller than my car. She's like, no, how can I go from a Hummer?
I don't think anything, the only thing smaller than your car is those little freaking 2-seater things that you see riding
The
around.
smart one.
Yes, the
Yeah.
The
smart
52
cars.
or whatever they're
Yeah,
called.
yeah. I know. But no, I
Just
wasn't.
put those
doing
on as
that.
some fucking skates.
Yeah.
But they, you know, they do it all the time. They're like, come down to something of Flatwoods. Bad credit, no credit.
No, the one place will say lodge
Yeah, or the
dealership.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Anyways, we've gotten so many vehicles off of them, but they wouldn't work with us.
Over a
On the-
$2,000
Over
difference.
$2,000 difference with trading in his little tiny car
That
and
has a lot of miles.
in the Jeep, which they could have gone up like a couple $1,000s, and we would have gotten the Jeep Renegade,
No, Gladiator.
the Gladiator.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
now-
no, they couldn't work with us.
But now your daughter's got me set on a freaking WRX.
Yeah. So now we'll see what happens. But
Something
yeah.
will happen.
But
You're
yeah.
next for a new car. You need one.
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
Mine's probably gonna crap any day now.
I'm trying to think. There was...
Automax is if your car's like push, pull, drag, anything. Take your car down there and they'll give you $5,000 or something like that.
Well, they gave Frank $1,000 on his beater.
Really?
It didn't even run. He blew the engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because they're going to flip around and charge you 30% interest.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's paying $600 a month, he
Yeah,
said.
$650.
Yeah.
On
What?
a $200 a month car.
Yeah, that is insane on a
That is
$20,000 vehicle.
insane.
Which, by the way, it was a Chevy Spark.
That's what he got, yeah. They love pimping those things out.
Charging $20,000 for it. Like, that car ain't worth.
They're on the
$20,000.
corner showing leg, like, look at my Spark.
Oh my
So-
god.
Mind
Our
you.
vehicle was $20,000. We're paying half of that.
Wow.
So I grew up uniquely. I went to school with some.
Why not just be honest? You grew up ghetto.
Okay, I grew up ghetto. No, I was like trying to find a polite way to say
Don't
it.
be ashamed
Like,
of it.
like Terry saw my character
Let me see if I can
in
find my water.
Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, the Wu-Tang story. She saw my
Yeah.
character.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Exactly. Like me and John and Angel were like originators of that shit.
Yeah.
We went all to the same school. So Jay never really was home. And he had to, and she learned this from, oh, hi boob. I just realized I grabbed her boob. So I had to come up with different things. Cause like I was in New York, I was doing shows, like I wasn't even in the same state, let alone the same town half the time.
Mama's gonna get mad if she listens to this one.
So, the one time I was actually in the same state, but there was a girl that kind of had a thing for me that was in foster care, and I was going with her to the children and youth dance. So I wasn't taking her to my school dance. Like, Jay had a thing for someone that went to school with him, and this was just a, you're in foster care too, our life sucks, I'll dance with you type shit. I'm sorry, I'm an asshole. I'm admitting it, okay? So that night, John lived with his mom and his stepdad. And that's actually where I started DJing, is because his stepdad had two Technique 1200s in the garage. Well, if I wanted to play on the turntables, I had to do chores for John's mom. And who John evolved to be It'll blow your mind. Mind blown. Rhymes with Stefford Man. In Wu-Tang. Yeah. So basically, she tells me I need you to put insulation through the whole garage.
Oh my god, yeah.
So I'm up there, stapling this shit and everything. Well, I didn't want to get my outfit dirty because we're going to the dance later that night. So Jay's just in like shorts. Putting insulation all up in there. And Jay doesn't realize that probably that was a bad idea. So we go to the football game prior, and like we already get in trouble, we get thrown out of that. So we go to the dance. Well, I get a chance to dance with this chick that I had my eye on. Okay? Thicker girl, my type, all that. I forget her name, but I'm sure if Angel's watching, which it looks like he is, he'll probably chime in with the fucking name.
Chime in, Angel!
What was that girl's name? Because that's back when we started LB too, which was Lost Boys. And so the whole night I'm like itching. But I'm not like itching here. Like I'm itching everywhere. So like we're like mid slow dance and I'm like this chick, now mind you, this is 10th grade. We just had the video where they show you worst case scenario of what could go down if you have sex.
Oh, that's a good story.
Oh my god.
So she turns around, never talks to me again.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't ever talk to you either.
Angel comes to me and he's like, yo, I heard you got to dance with Ashley Shunk. Anyway, so, and I was like, yeah, I got to dance with Ashley Shunk. You wouldn't have believed it. And he's like, yeah, man, she told me you got crabs. He's like, man, I was letting you borrow my jeans for weeks, man. What the fuck? And I'm like, no, I went home and I told Flo. I was like, man, I can't stop itching. She's like, well, what'd you do? And I was like, well, we were hanging insulation. I got dressed and I went to the dance. And she goes, did you shower? What did you wear when you put insulation on? My boxers. And she goes, boy, I tell you, there is some stupid shit on this planet. Like, and
I've met Flo.
Flo tells it how it is. Flo will sit there, and I had to break down what.
Oh my god, yes.
What foreplay was at the dinner table.
Last time I was up there visiting.
Like 80-some-year-old woman with me, my brother, and her, and Terry at the table, and she goes, Jay, I listened to your radio show and you kind of insinuate foreplay, preheating the oven. She's like, can you tell me what that is? Because back in the day, we just got the business done and then the man went and smoked or watched a movie or left for work. There's no need for that shit. And I'm like, so, never, and Terry's like, don't do it. And I'm like, so, hands, face, tongue, never involved.
When we first got together,
go ahead.
He invited me over for cookies. Okay.
Code word. Cookies.
So I went over. We were watching Ted and everything, and I stayed over.
We went to McDonald's. The first impression of me, she touched my nuggets. Now they're her nuggets.
Yes.
So she instantly should have figured out he's crazier than fuck. Take him back home.
Yeah, he had this OCD weird thing with nuggets, whatever. But yeah, I stayed over. My grandmother calls
and says, by the way, are you out whoring around again? So that's how I meet Grandma, because she's on speakerphone.
Oh.
So now I'm thinking, how many dudes does she go out and fuck? Well, Jay got a kidney infection that same weekend.
He thought...
And I'm peeing blood, and I think, well, your grandma says you're out whoring around. I'm peeing blood, 2 and 2 together. Nice to meet you.
And his dog pees on me.
In self-defense,
Yeah. And then...
And this was a pit lab mix.
Yes.
200-pound dog that usually slept with me.
Yeah, he was so jealous. I was like, fuck it, I'm not staying around here.
So me, being the caring person, I find out that it's a kidney infection. So I text her back. I'm like, well, maybe we can hang out. Well, that night, she goes into DKA.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be the caring, responsible person. You know, I'm at the hospital every day after work. They start thinking I'm her husband.
Yeah.
And everything, because I'm right by her bed. She's asleep, unconscious, whatever. I'm bringing her stuff, and they're like, I just met this guy. I don't know why the fuck he's here every day.
Yeah,
I walked there. Didn't even have a car. I'd walk from the district
Yeah.
to the hospital and sit with her when I'd get off work at Target.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know why he's here.
Yeah.
Aw, how sweet.
Yeah.
He used to stop. He would see me sitting at the bus stop when we first met, and he would like stop and get off his bicycle and walk me all the way to where I was going.
Oh,
Aww.
that's sweet.
I didn't like him though.
And then he
No,
taught you
you
how to
never
drive a
liked
stick shift.
You can tell that story.
Oh, you do tell it better.
Yes.
This asshole will never be forgiven. Never. I will never get over it. He will never live it down.
What kind of car are you driving right now?
A stick.
That's not the point. That is not the point. That is not the point.
Close.
That is not the point. That is not the point. You fucked up.
It was Ashley Shunk.
No. Okay, so first car I ever bought was this 90. What year was it? 01. Yeah, the year Johnny was born.
Which car are you talking about?
The one she learned stick on.
Corsica, Chevy Corsica?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
It was
a
01.
9.
No, it was a 91. It was a 91 Chevy Corsica. Got her for like $1,500. Cheap
In
car.
Vegas, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I picked up my best friend at the time, from work, and I don't remember what it was we were doing, but all of a sudden my fucking radiator blows, and I'm like, well, fuck, what am I gonna do? And I'm trying to weasel into this freaking parking lot, and as I'm, slowly coasting into this parking lot, BAM! We get hit by a fucking car going 35 miles an hour in a fucking parking lot.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so it was a shit day all around. But at the time, I was going to grooming school. Now Vegas is big. Let's pretend that this is my house
Okay.
and this room is Vegas.
So, like, people only
Okay.
know of the strip, but it's massive.
Huge. It is massive. Okay, so my house is here, and my school is all the way at the closet door.
Shit.
40-minute drive across town.
So if I were
Wow.
to take the bus to be there at 7 a.m., I would have
3
to get
buses.
on said bus and probably take 2 or 3, at 3 o'clock in the morning. Or I could learn how to drive his car, which was a stick. So he takes me out into the back neighborhood, and I'm killing the car, and I'm getting frustrated, and
I
he's
told her how to do
getting
it like 9 times
frustrated.
by now. Like,
You told her flat out. Look.
And finally, he fucking opens the door, gets out of the car, slams the fucking door, says, "Get my fucking car home," and walks home. He fucking left me. He left me.
I
He
knew she could
left
do it,
me.
so I abandoned my own car. I knew I'd get it back.
And that
Oh
car
my
was his
God.
baby too. Like, he loved that car more than he loved me, legit.
Who's that sound like?
I mean,
Yeah.
I got the car home. But that's not the point. He
It was
left me.
paining me to see you continuously hurt my car like that. I had to
He couldn't sit there.
Oh,
Now we hear the
ouch.
truth.
Ouch.
And that is why I said that you will not teach me how to drive.
No.
Just you'll leave her like out in the middle of somewhere. You're like, just get it home. Is the new one the truck stick?
No.
No.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, now I prefer to drive stick, but that's not the
They're
point.
funner to drive.
You left me.
As far as I'm concerned, if you don't know how to drive a stick, you shouldn't have a license. It should be a requirement to even have a driver's license.
That's how I'm comfortable leaving my car running when I go in somewhere.
Because no one's gonna
No
steal
one's
it.
gonna fucking steal it. They don't know how to drive it.
I couldn't even start it.
Don't you put it in neutral, and then after it's in neutral, you hit the clutch and the gas or the turn it on?
Well, first of all, if it's not in neutral, you better have your motherfucking foot on
Foot on the brake.
But that's why you start it in neutral.
Yeah. I always leave my car in neutral. You start it in fine, and then put your foot on the clutch.
I would always stall it out every single time.
Oh, the next day I had to drive to school. I drove myself to school. I stalled it out at one light 4 times.
Yeah,
then
that's
you
what
got
I'm
it, see.
afraid of. That being on this hill or
Oh,
something.
hills! I'm still to this day terrified of hills.
You
Yeah.
just gun it till you gotta stop. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck you, I don't care if it's red.
Thinking back at it, letting you do that's probably the reason I had to replace my transmission a year later.
Now he's blaming him for car parts.
That just occurred to me.
That just occurred to me. We gotta have him on the show every
It
time.
was more than a year.
What's that? What do you tell me? What do you tell me?
Get out.
Get out.
It was more than a year. More than a year. It was definitely more than a
Subway.
year because I was pregnant with Charlie when
Oh,
Jared.
okay. So I've been kind of sitting there, and I kind of had a little joke started, but then I started putting thought into it, and it turned into, or evolved into, or rolled down the hill, because shit rolls downhill, into this giant clusterfuck of story. But regardless, there's no fucking way Jared lost weight doing the Subway diet. There is no way. The lunch meat is fucking garbage. Our meat is better. And in the same context, I guarantee it was running from the feds because of the situations he had with said.
Child porn?
Yeah. Well, but here's the thing. He gave new thing to a, $5 footlong because they made a Jared sandwich the second he got in jail.
Oh my god! Oh, you're horrible!
So mind you, I realize I'm an asshole.
Yeah?
And I'm still friends with 3% of the people I was friends with in school. And one of them is Peter.
Yeah.
Not Jerry, but the boys.
Yeah.
Angel, John, there's still people that like I've had these adventures with, and they just understand. Like my brother and Angel have both pulled me aside and been like, I was like, why do you put up with my shit? And they're like, we just know you're a special case. We just sit back and we're like, shit's gonna be fun, but we kind of gotta take it with a grain of salt. Like if we know if we include Jay, some shit's gonna go down, but we need to.
Oh, it's always an adventure when we go out.
So I was in not high school. I went to Saberton Elementary, and you've heard this story. And
Fire truck.
well, yes. But the boys are now like they own.
I don't think that's the same one.
It is. I found out his mother came and got a ham,
Oh.
and his
okay.
mother remembered me,
Oh,
including the "I'm gonna be a fire truck" story.
Oh, God.
And now I'm like, would you like ham with that? Anyway, so they had career day, and the boys both decided they were going to be President of the United States. Jay decided they could not do that. Not because of brains, not because of grades, not because of they didn't know how to tie their shoes. No, Jay's theory is if you pick your nose and eat a booger, you are not going to be president. And this is like first grade. This is like, there's still probably kids that pick their nose or wet the bed or whatever, but Jay wasn't processing it right. Jay's not like, oh, okay, you can't tie your shoes, you can't run a country. No. So Jay had to make a spectacle, like he always does, to make a point. So my grandmother, God rest her soul, drove me to Hills. Or was it Kmart? No, it was Hills. The one that's over where the Aldi's
That's
and
Hills.
Old Country Buffet. Where they gave you free popcorn when you walked in.
That's Hills.
Yeah. And she got me a red hooded sweatsuit. Hooded. Red. And up on Saberton Hill where the Biff's is now, it was a 7-Eleven. And they had like
7-Elevens here?
and they had the big Slurpee.
Yeah.
So I got like the big straw. I went in there and got it for free. I didn't get a Slurpee. But I duct taped that to the top of my head with the hood. And Grandma never really asked what I was doing. she just I think she was in on it with Angel and everyone else. Like, shit's gonna be good. It might be a bumpy ride, but it's worth it. It's kind of like my theory when I first started liking thick chicks. This is gonna be a bumpy ride, but it's hella worth it.
You're gonna get smacked for that one.
She just quit.
He should.
I said when I first started dating. So, anyway, so I go to school, and we had to prepare these speeches and everything on what we were going to be and why we were going to be it.
Jeez.
So you had the boys go up, and they're like, we're going to be President of the United States. They had little suits on and everything.
Aww.
Okay, so Jay then goes up. He waits till last. Mr. Striffler, will you please come up and do your presentation? Now, mind you, everybody else, they got a cop, a WWE wrestler, they got, an ambulance person, they got the president, fucking Jay in a red, full sweatsuit with the hood up, and a fucking straw.
Teletubby.
Anyway, so...
That was way too accurate.
Right, I was saying, what?
Way too accurate.
Tell you're a fan of the show.
Faggot.
So, isn't that what they got in trouble for saying? The dolls were saying faggot or something?
Yeah.
So anyway, so I go up there, and the teacher's like, well, this is going to be interesting. Mr. Striffler, will you explain what you're going to be when you grow up? Well, with the straightest face, I have this whole story, I'm enticed by fires. I have Dalmatians ride on me all the time. I'm going to save Morgantown. Like, I have all this and how it means the world to me to be this. And at the end, I say, and I quote, Mrs. Schuler, I'm going to be a fire truck.
Oh, she was a bitch.
Yes! Oh, you remember her?
Yes.
Mrs. Schuler was a cunt.
I remember her.
So then she looks at me, and with the straightest face, she goes, you can't be a fire truck. No. You said reach for the stars. We can be whatever we want. And the teacher said to me, and I quote, and this needs to be on a t-shirt. Maybe that's what she's doing now, is selling shirts that say this. Some children need to reach for the ceiling while others can continue for the stars. And I said...
That is way funny.
That was her.
So I said, and I quote, if I can't be a fire truck, these fucking booger eaters can't be president. I got thrown out of Saberton Elementary that day.
Yeah, he did.
The same week was the first time I had a run-in with the police. The same week. Because that was that was Martin Luther King week. And my birthday is right after that.
Yeah.
So, because they were teaching us about careers and Martin Luther King and everything. So, you ever have someone completely pull a switcheroo? Like their personality, their everything. And you're just like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a mother like that. She packed my bags. Packed my sandwiches. Packed my wheelie bag. And tells me to run away. I run away on my birthday.
It's 6 years old.
Yeah. No, 7.
7. Yeah.
First grade. I'm walking through Brookhaven across the bridge going towards Route 7 to go to Grandma's house. Because she tells me if I don't like it there, I can go live with Grandma. Well, in my head, I'm like, fuck yeah, here I go. Grandma lets me dress up like a fire truck. So I'm along. I'm along the highway. The cop fucking comes. And he's like shining his big light on me. He's like, please step to the side of the road. Well, you can't be fucking talking to me. So I just keep walking. He gets on his megaphone. You with the wheelie bag. Step to the guardrail. Oh, shit, I am the only one with a wheelie bag. I fucking goes.
He was 7 years old.
The cop comes over. He goes, your mother is worried sick about you. You sure? Because she packed me sandwiches.
sure?
That's what I said.
Yeah, she did. She packed sandwiches.
She packed everything.
What the fuck is wrong with her?
She's crazy.
Damn.
And then called the police because she's worried sick. Her little boy is out there roaming. You told me to.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
Charlotte was mad. Charlotte's her sister. Oh my god, he was only 7 years old. It was snowing.
Yeah, and I ruined my classmate, Trisha Macaluso. It was her birthday that night, and my birthday was 2 days later, gonna be at Aladdin's Castle at the Mountaineer Mall. So her dad was a state trooper, and because I was 7, there was an Amber Alert, or whatever you want to call it, missing child wandering in the biggest snowstorm in that year on a main highway. So
Yeah.
her dad had to leave her birthday to come find me. So
And
when I
she
went to
was
school the
pissed.
next day, I got my ass whooped by an 8-year-old girl. You fucking ruined my birthday. Hey man, I just this is my first run-in with the police. I think I had enough.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Oh, his mom was. She was.
Damn, I wonder if your mom had any relation to my freaking mother's ex-husband's mother, because that woman packed up the entire house and left when he was like 8 years old.
Oh
Damn.
my god.
Yeah, packed up the whole fucking house. He spent his entire life in the youth authority.
Oh.
I was 12 when I got put in the system, but yeah.
Mm.
We need a funny story. How
Yeah.
about the one when you
I don't have any fun
come on.
Yeah, you
your,
gotta have
your
a
story
funny
of
story.
school when you got in trouble for passing notes or drawing pictures of the nuns. And
No,
you
it was
blamed
for
it.
cussing.
Yes, yes. Let's hear this story.
It's not even that funny.
Yeah, it is.
It's funny.
Can you imagine her in a Catholic school?
Can you
going
imagine
to-
me?
No, I can't imagine
Can you
her.
imagine me in Catholic school?
No.
Yeah.
He
I
was-
got hit every
Did
day.
you have to do it too?
They tried to put me in Catholic school and they didn't want me after.
They didn't want
I
you.
got hit every day. I wouldn't do homework because at the time, public school was ahead of private school. So, like, I wasn't going to redo this shit. So, you know, I just wasn't doing homework. And they said it was only 20% of your grade. I'm like, well, if I do fucking good in class, it doesn't fucking matter. Well, I didn't realize you were getting hit if you didn't do all your work. So every day, I'd have to go into the chapel and they'd pray and they'd be like, well, you know, bend over, this hurts me more than it hurts you. And I'm like, I always get cocky. I'd be like, hold up, I'm the one on the receiving end. How does this hurt you more? And then I'd get it again. But, yeah, like...
Damn.
Yeah.
And then I started dating a chick that became a singer. If I can find the song, but we'll just say her first name because I don't want to. But you know about the story. She was a Wiccan.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Megan.
Megan.
Yeah, so I started dating this chick named Megan. She was a Wiccan. And this is like one of the life lessons you learn. You know, your first like puppy love bullshit. You engulf your life. You don't do anything without them. You're up their ass and stop caring about yourself and possibly showering or doing anything else.
God, I hope not.
I
Jeez.
thought that kind of shit was supposed to make boys shower more.
Yeah.
And then
exactly.
I ended up moving into a mansion that I did not know was owned by one of the East Coast most top cocaine dealers.
Yes.
You can Google this guy. I showed her the mansion. It still exists.
Yeah.
We will say his last name rhymes with Schmornfeld. Schnerbert Schmornfeld.
Schnerbert.
Yeah.
Ever watched The Snorkels as a kid?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
So-
that's what he sounds like a
Yes,
snorkel.
So, my grandmother, you know, I guess watches the news. Something Jay doesn't. So, we get the heads up, me and my friend, that I kind of met because of 9/11. His parents died in 9/11 and he was going to go into the police academy. So, he was my roommate. And said, mansion. So, at that time, he's in the police academy. We're pretty much, I'm going to New York every other day, plus seeing this chick and everything. So, the cops come and they're like, hey, you're no part of this, but you need to get the fuck out. Pack up your shit, get the fuck out. So that night, we're in a hotel. And my grandmother's like, okay, well, I kind of watched the news and you kind of withheld some information of what went down. So we have the perfect place for you. Okay. So I then, I go down to Ohio and stay the summer with her, have all my stuff with me, which was kind of awkward. Because this is back when, like, you had all your shit. So, like, I had everything. Like, at the time, I probably had a DVD collection, and in said DVD book had some things you wouldn't want to take to your grandma's house, but you were told to pack all your shit up. So now it's in your grandma's basement. And you want to go down there and play Atari because you don't want to hear her wonderful stories of how, back in her day, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
But she thinks you're doing other stuff.
Oh.
Because that stuff is down there. And somehow, magically, they have a psyche power to know what's in their home. And they're like, their freaking radar goes off and goes, oh my god, that's in my house.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have a story about that. So, I then found out that she didn't have the perfect place for me. I went to live in a monastery.
Yeah.
For 3 years. And I had to go to Catholic Mass 3 times a day, live in the monastery, give up most of my possessions, like, completely conform to Catholicism. And then finally my cousin came and rescued me because there was no fucking leaving that place. They took my whole social security check, everything, and basically I was living there like I was going to be a priest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've had some wonderful
I
fun.
couldn't imagine you as a priest.
No, not at
Welcome
all.
to Jay's church. Shit happens.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
I can imagine him as a priest if he'd get rid of the F's. His F's all the time.
See,
No.
kids, what you gotta do is you gotta stop fucking up. If you want to go to heaven, you stop fucking up.
Hey, remember that preacher that we used to
Cussing
listen?
priest.
The cussing preacher
Yeah,
we used to listen
he's on
to all the
YouTube and
time?
he's like, all these bitches and hoes, they need to stop it because God loves them.
We listen to him all the time.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. He talks
Yeah.
like he's a pimp.
Yeah, he did. And he was a priest.
People lying about their donation, so I put an ATM out by the front door.
The worst I ever got growing up was just being sent to a frickin' group home after I got in a fight with my grandmother about leaning back in her chair. Like this.
That's it.
That's it. Shit, you not. That's it.
You
She
got sent to a
so
group
pissed.
home.
Yeah.
Wow.
She got so fucking pissed at me because I was dumped there because my mom had gotten arrested because my stepdad and his drugs, and she took the rap for him.
Aw.
Plus her side of it. I mean, she wasn't exactly innocent either, but still, she was perfect. And so yeah, we were sitting there at the dinner table, and I leaned back in her chair like this, and she threw a fucking fit, and so I threw a fucking fit.
Yeah.
And then I ended up locking myself in the fucking bathroom, and my uncle couldn't get me out, and then my grandpa the next day was like, put her in a freaking, take her away somewhere, and that's exactly what she did.
Oh,
She put me in a
shit.
fucking group home. Very next day, I had my shit packed already, and she's like, before I even fucking woke up, my shit was ready to go.
Oh, wow.
And we're like,
How long
yeah.
did you have to stay there?
I was in the group home for like a month, and then I got sent to a foster home, and they were pretty cool. For like another couple of months till my mom got out and took me back. Yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't that bad. It's better than being my grandma.
The computer and not understanding the internet. Can I tell it?
Sure.
So Terry had a friend that the name is one of the Ninja Turtles.
No,
It's a female.
Raphael.
Okay.
You
So-
might as well.
So Raphael's sitting there using the
It's
internet.
actually Mallory's friend.
I was
Okay.
gonna go with Michelangelo.
I was gonna say that too, actually.
So Raphael is playing on the internet, but her dad didn't grasp how the internet worked.
Oh my
So
God.
this is back when you would get pop-ups of porn. And so Raphael had a video playing, but it was streaming. It wasn't something that was on said hard drive. Her dad, not understanding how the internet works, picks up the computer and says, "That can't be going on in my house." Beats the crap out of the computer and throws it outside because he thinks he's destroying said porn.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he beat the shit out of that computer.
Oh my god.
It's like, that shit's not gonna be in my house.
He didn't understand it wasn't.
No, Raphael actually had porn on that computer. She did.
Do you remember when Ash was busted with her freaking, what was it, was her cousin or something watching porn?
Oh no. No, we gotta hear this
I
now.
get a call from her freaking father, and they're what? How old were they? Maybe 9, 10, 9 or 10, something like that. And he calls me up because we got a problem. I'm like, what? What do you want? And he freaking tells me that her and I think his wife's son and one of the cousins were all sitting there watching porn on the computer.
Watching it like it's the Jeffersons.
Yeah.
We're moving on up.
Oh my fucking god! You gotta be kidding me.
Oh gosh.
Did you catch the latest episode of Skins?
Oh, because they wanted to see boobs or something. I don't know.
Oh jeez.
Oh,
What?
so we knew someone that we asked one year, "What do you want for Christmas?"
Oh.
And this gentleman that was younger said, and I quote, "A girl in a cage."
Yep.
That's what he
That's
wanted
what
for
he wanted
Christmas.
for Christmas.
So, mind you, we couldn't.
Puts the lotion on it.
You can just order those online.
The camera's on my now, so.
Alexa ordered for it.
Yes.
So,
probably
so mind you, we obviously didn't fulfill that request.
Good.
But
But we
throughout the
did.
house that morning, we had Barbie dolls in bird cages throughout the house.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We even made like an
terrible.
ornament on the tree
Yeah.
with like one of those little dolls in
Yeah.
it. Never lived it
Yeah.
down.
He never specified what kind of girl in a cage.
That's true.
He
That
didn't
is
say he
true.
wanted a live girl in
No.
a cage.
Well, I mean,
No.
hey, these girls can't talk back.
No.
I keep forgetting I'm within swinging range.
Yeah.
I'm in my
Definitely.
radio persona. You knew there's no filter. For
Oh,
this.
I know.
I warned you of this.
Oh.
I told her, I says, we're going to let Angie lead this. Because I was like, normally we got like 5 hours of footage and I mix it down to like a 15-minute show. I was like, so if this shit goes south, I'm letting her lead it. She's my boss.
Oh, we went and got our ears
much
pierced the
pressure.
other
Oh,
night.
yes, please, do tell this.
Oh.
You get to tell this story. Because, mind you, I got proposed to at work. You know about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this beats that. And it happened in front of Terry.
Oh, yeah.
This,
was
yeah,
fun.
yeah, go ahead.
But we went and we got our ears pierced at work. Or, I mean, at Claire's the other night. So I'm sitting there, I get my ears pierced, I step down. It's Jay's turn. The
Now,
woman,
mind you, she was on the side of her.
yeah,
She was on the side of her just asking normal
normal questions.
Okay? No, she straddles me and is asking if I'm happily married. Do
Right
I
in
have
front of me.
children? It's apparent this is my wife, and this chick is about 3 inches from her chest being right here,
You
pulling
didn't-
my ear this way to pierce my ear.
You didn't actually fucking rip this bitch a new asshole.
No, it was just like, yeah, he's happily married. That's it.
I
See,
would've
we're getting
fucked
her-
her up.
And
didn't
me,
care.
I'm oblivious to it.
I was about ready to say, why are you offering? Because we want to have a baby. So,
And I'm oblivious. I'm like, oh, wasn't that a nice conversation? She's like, Jay, she was in your lap. like, is that normal? Do you go to the mall and bitches just sit in your lap? And I'm like, well, let me look back in my life.
Yeah, she was like, are you guys happily married? I'm like, what the hell is that?
And mind you, Mackenzie's seen it. I can't explain it. Fucking soccer moms, MILFs, everything. They love me. Men
that
hate
one
me.
woman that you helped.
She lived in the
carry
basement. Yes.
Yeah, you helped her carry her stuff out to her
Lives
car.
in the basement.
Yes, she's in town taking care of her like grandchild or
And
something.
everybody says there's some fucked up people in a big city, man.
No, so this woman is taking care of her grandchild because they can't afford daycare because of COVID or some shit. This was like right around Easter. So I doing my little flirty thing, trying to earn some tips and everything, you know, dress shirt on. At the time, I think I had a tie even. I'm like, let me carry your groceries. Oh my God, thank you. And you were such a big help.
Yeah.
You found me cheesecake and ham and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, do you want me to put it in the back of the car? Well, yeah. She goes, well, you could just get in. This woman wanted to physically kidnap me and take me to said basement. This was worse than the woman that wanted me to clean her house in just a bow tie. Terry was okay with that.
I was like, well, as long as she pays you.
Yeah, like I came home, I was like, well, what happened today at work? Well, this woman said that she liked my tie and could I come clean her house in just the tie? And she goes, well, for how much?
Yeah.
She wasn't like, no, fuck
Be
no,
like,
no.
okay, I will negotiate this for you.
Yeah, she's pimping me out. She's over there, she's like, okay, so tables and windows and floors are this much. But if he's got to do laundry, it's this much.
Yeah.
And I don't see it. She's like, Jay, you're 40 years old. You act and dress like you're 20. They don't understand what they're getting into. I said, well, just like we told Max, always be honest. I said, you know, I live at home with my mom, and I don't have a car. I take the bus everywhere. I was like, so here's Jay's. You might get sex once a month. I'm barely making ends meet. My brakes are shot. We're driving my wife's car. So if we go on a date, you're probably going to be supervised.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's the damn truth.
So, in every neighborhood that we've lived, Terry has been labeled as the crazy bitch.
Yeah.
How does she do it? Because somehow her sugar is low, and it just so happens it's the day that someone parks in her
Oh
spot.
my God! Don't park in my spot.
Pisses me off too.
So
Don't worry.
she paid extra to have a garage at this last place. When I lived next to you, she lived over behind Classics. So we go grocery shopping and everything, and we know we kind of called it too late because her sugar's acting up and everything. So I'm driving up the hill. I figure I'll drive for her, sugar's messing up. So I'm coming up around the bend, and she goes, well, what's my car doing in the garage? That's her first instance. Well, we're in your car, so let's even move past that shit. Someone with a blue car, it now clicks. No, she doesn't just carry the groceries in, because that'd be what normal people do, and wait for them to move it later. Terry is now full-blown Karen, psychotic. Whoever owns this fucking car needs to fucking move it. I pay an extra $75 a month to have a damn garage. I'll be damned if my car sees rain. And I'm just sitting there walking like I don't fucking know her. I got my groceries. I'm like, la-di-da. I walk back over. I'll take the keys. I go inside. The next day, they try to pull in, and you hear them say, don't park there. The crazy bitch will get you.
Probably just lost their tires.
Right. I would've.
Well, that happens at every place that I moved to. That they try to park in my spot. The old woman that I called did you flip out on an old woman? She's a bitch.
Well, and then we lived below two pharmaceutical dealers. We will call them. And they were open 24 hours a day. And they loved Little John's Get Low on repeat with the bass on the middle, with the bass like all the way cranked. So all you heard is, oh, skinky, skinky, kinky, you know, get low till my sweat drop down to the floor. And it would be 4 in the morning. And then he would snort his coke, fight with his bitch, and then another person would come. So finally, she finds the song Dear Roommate by Whitney Payton.
Yeah.
Jay gives her full stadium-sized speakers for shows. And we crank that shit.
Yep.
Then they come out on the porch. They continue their party. We can sit in Max's bedroom and see their porch. And I'm like, okay, we got him. She's like, what are you going to do? And I says, I'm going to be the old lady. You've heard my prank calls. Anonymous tip. I smell the reefer. I'm just out here walking my little doggy and I smelt that reefer. I don't know what to do, but I can tell you it's at this apartment. My little doggy's now walking all crooked.
Oh my God.
So they send the cops. And we're sitting there watching. Somehow they must have had a scanner too, because as the cops are coming up the hill,
We hear him in the bathroom.
dead silence, flushing shit. It was hilarious. They're like, get down, flush the shit. Bitch, shut the fuck up. And we're just...
We were laughing. But I didn't care what they were doing, but just turn your damn music
She had to get up
down.
at 7 a.m. then
Yeah.
to go to work. And it's like 4 a.m. All you hear is, to the window! The same
And
song.
Max had to get up for school, too.
Oh my God.
And I would tell the landlord, and he would tell him, but...
Like, yo, you gotta keep it down. And then their first stimulus check hit.
oh, my God.
And they bought, like, you know those big blockbuster things that they sell that are Bluetooth? They're about this tall, made by Monster.
Yeah.
That was their pride and joy. They went to Rent a
Oh,
Center.
and they had dogs
and
that
they
would
had
just
dogs.
run and fight all the time.
So they get this blockbuster, and it's like 30,000 watts. Okay, like they were proud of it, and they played the same song. They still didn't get any new music.
No, they just played the same song over and over.
Like, I want to know what Coke and Get Low, if you're listening, or if Little John is listening or something, what does Coke and Get Low have to do with each other?
I don't know.
Because I've never ventured into that. I'm a fucking moron, I can admit.
Well, I've done my fair share of everything, but it didn't have anything to do with that song.
No.
Right.
I had the pleasure of meeting one of Terry's exes. And come to find out that he started batting for the other team.
I think he always did.
Yeah, contrary to popular belief, us women do not turn men gay.
Right.
But, so, mind you, when I started dating her, and her sugar got her to DKA and everything, so we started dating. She's like, hey, you need to kind of help me get out of here. I'm like, okay, no problem. So she tells me about the dude and everything, and I ain't scared of no fucking, fairy. That's my own opinion, not the opinion of everybody in the room, but that's my opinion. I'm saying that word is me.
You're saying that because of him. Because that's the way he acts.
Yes. So, well, I put the fear of God in him, told him if he ever sees her, walk the other way. If he ever sees me, walk the other way. You don't know us, you don't know anything, keep it moving. Okay? Fear of God. Well, then Jay starts thinking stereotypes. What do gay people do? They shove gerbils up their ass. So, Jay goes to a yard sale.
I think that's just fucking
They don't always do that,
one
Jay.
person in particular.
What was his name? What?
Fucking in that movie.
Well, that narrows it down.
That narrows it down. It's a
The
movie.
one that stuck the gerbil up his ass and Tom Green.
No, it wasn't him.
Jackass?
No, that was a toy car.
She knows. It was still a
Who's the rich guy in Pretty Woman? What was his name?
Richard Gere.
Richard Gere?
No, it wasn't Richard Gere. Was it Richard Gere?
I have no idea.
Would you like a spot of tea as I shove a gerbil up my ass?
No, I think it was Richard Gere. Yeah, it was Richard Gere.
Why did he shove a gerbil up his ass?
Ask him. I
Well-
don't know.
So Jay goes to a yard sale, and you know those things, those Zuzu pets? They look like gerbils.
Yeah.
They make noise. I booby-trapped his whole house with those things in vents, in microwaves, under the couch, brand new batteries, and all he heard was...
No, it wasn't Richard. Was it Mel Brooks?
Oh, the guy from Spaceballs?
No, it was Richard Gere.
Was it Richard Gere?
Yep.
Because I wouldn't think Mel Brooks would do that.
It's alive!
Yeah.
Maybe it was Richard Gere. I don't know.
That's
That's so
weird.
long ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Whatever floats your boat.
I guess, but
Like, I've heard of a lot of things, but why live animals?
I don't know. But
Because you get bored when you get rich, apparently. I don't know.
But like, they have teeth and stuff. Like,
yeah. But you know, there have been women that have put snakes up there.
How? Whoa, what were you watching?
yeah, what were you watching?
I didn't watch anything. I've read about it. I've read about people, like women,
Sure.
putting snakes up inside of their
magazines are
vagina.
you reading?
Yeah.
Why do you just?
Yeah, just push it in there. And
Animal House magazine.
no. No.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Well, of course it is. But
Poor snake.
Poor snake.
yeah, how would you get it out? Because when
By
it
its
bites
tail.
you,
Right?
Well,
By
you
its
probably
tail.
you would pray you wouldn't use a
Well, what happened if it got like, okay, if it's gonna go up in there, it's like gonna go all the way up in there and
And
curl
curl up.
around.
yes.
Then you call
You
the
know,
fucking doctor.
Like
I don't know.
fucking, like Pedro does in his little Heidi Wood thing.
Like 500 women a year go to the freaking emergency room with a Coke bottle stuck in their freaking vagina.
They
Yeah.
do. Yes.
Look it up. Look it up. I'm not kidding.
There's
Snake would
statistics with
probably
this.
be a new
Yes.
one.
Why don't you just go buy a fucking dildo?
Exactly.
Because they're cheap, and they're like, well, you know, I got a
I
Coke
mean,
bottle
dildos
here.
aren't exactly $1 million anymore.
No,
either.
they're not. You could get them at Walmart now.
Because
Yeah.
it was
What
spur of the
world
moment,
you
and they were like,
lived in?
"Oh, I'm already drinking a Coke. I don't know."
I mean, he's
Like, use
right.
this as a toy.
Oh, God. I'm
They
done with
do.
this now.
They do use bottles and shove them up in there.
Look it up.
I've never done
Guarantee
it,
you.
but I'm just
Like
saying.
500 people a year go to the ER
Yeah.
for that.
For shoving bottles in their vagina. Or
Yeah.
their
Or other
ass.
stuff. Or
They gotta
other
drill
stuff.
a freaking hole in the bottom of the glass bottle to release the pressure, and then they can remove it.
Yeah.
Because it creates a suction, and then they get stuck.
Yeah. I just read all kinds of weird stuff.
It's like, well, there's nothing good on TV. Well, look, it's a snake fucker.
You remember that one episode of Vice that I found about the lady who makes alien dildos?
Alien dildos?
Yeah.
What is an alien dildo?
They have,
Wait,
like,
Yeah, what is an
show-
alien
yeah.
dildo?
Yeah, they
You
have
get
like
my mind
tentacles
wandering.
and shit.
Yeah, that was
Really?
fucking
Yeah, it
weird.
was really weird. She makes them all kinds of funky looking. Yeah. Yeah, they legit have like tentacles and shit.
Oh my gosh. That's weird.
Raunchy.
Yeah, well, they have.
I guess there's a kink for every. I still need to find that one fucking person who just wants to pay me for verbally fucking abusing
No, we've
them.
had this talk. We've had this talk, and I'm going to bring it up now because you're here.
If anybody out there
So,
wants to be demeaned and pay me for it, I'm fucking mean.
I mean,
Mistress Angie at gmail.com. Anyway.
Damn it, now I'm gonna have to go create a new
so
email.
now.
But no, because no, these people, I'm gonna go past demeaning. There are people, men, that
Women too.
that want no. I have never met a woman that wants to be kicked in the cooter. I accidentally hit you with my metal knee,
Oh, yeah, I
and it
know.
knocked you the fuck out. Down goes Frazier, and I realized as it hit, I heard the clunk, and I look over and I go, oh damn, I think I killed her. I watch her go.
You hit my knee.
Yeah. So there are men, and Angie has told me that it's mostly people that run out of shit to do with their money.
I'm telling you.
But they want to be kicked in the groin with steel tip boots, and then they're not allowed to cry or say out. They have to say, "May I have another?" They don't want to see you nude. They don't want to see tits. They come over, they say, "Kick me in the balls. Can I have another?"
I'm your girl.
I'm just sitting there like, wait a second. I kind of respect this Sarah and get kind of scared anytime anything other than what I want come near it. But these people are physically paying hard-earned money to be kicked in the balls. I am the wrong fucking gender. Not that I don't want to change my gender, but I could make some fucking money kicking people in the groin. Like, I don't make much. I make my ends meet. But that's straight cash. Like, you ain't going to your tax adjuster at H&R Block going, "Well, what was your job?" I'm a private, subcontractor for kickingintheballs.com.
For that type of job, I could become a morning person because I'm already a dick in the morning.
There you
And
go.
if you want
You are the piece of shit, crap.
If you want to fucking pay me for just verbally abusing the fuck out of you,
Oh my God.
I am that person. I am that person.
Mind you, I know I'm fucked up in the head. Okay, I get it. I've had a horrible childhood. I have horrible anxiety, horrible paranoia.
I'm just an asshole.
But here's the kicker. How fucked up in the head do you gotta be to
like
be
for
wanting
real,
to be
like,
kicked in the
here,
balls?
kick-
Like,
Do they wear a cup?
no! No, this is full on.
Mistress Felicia, step on my left nut type of thing.
Yeah,
Oh my
with the
God.
spiked heels, like the stripper shit. Like 7-inch hooker heels.
Man.
And they're like, yeah.
Gotta get you a whip and all
Yeah,
that.
I don't know if I would actually want to do all that.
Like, Terry,
dominatrix
like, I was
shit,
sitting
but
there-
I would definitely freaking verbally abuse someone.
See, Terry was the same
Verbally
way.
abuse, yeah.
Terry's the same way. She's like, I don't know if I could do it. I don't have a mean bone in my body. And then I'm like,
Just let your sugar get low.
Yeah, I can do it. Then.
but then it
don't
was,
give a
but
fuck.
wait, because then I said it, and Terry was like, but what does it pay? She's like, I
It pays
don't.
well. It pays well from what I hear.
You are the giantest, wonderful piece of shit. Yes, I am, mistress.
Yeah.
May I
Did I
go?
tell you to fucking talk to me? No, I didn't tell you to fucking talk to me. It's too goddamn early, you useless fuck.
You are not allowed to pee for the next 7 days. Someone's sitting there. You're getting text through the app. May I pee, mistress?
No.
You are a worthless piece of shit. Thank you, mistress. May I still pee? No.
That's just, yeah, you're fucked up
I
in the
could do
head.
it. I could do it.
Remember, Mistress Angie at gmail.com.
Now I'm gonna
She
have
takes
to create
PayPal,
I
Cash
really-
App. She
I
takes
really hope that email is available.
Mistress Angie at gmail.com. And if you own that email, I apologize for you getting an inbox, but you kind of picked a mistress email to begin with. You kind of asked for it.
So how do you feel about that, Shane?
Would you let her go if she's not stripping, but she's just telling a guy he's a worthless piece of shit? Is it
He would
cheating?
totally let me abuse
Better him
someone.
than me.
She comes home
She's
happy.
gonna make money doing it.
And she'll come home happy because she got all her aggression out. Because, like, what would you consider cheating? We've had this talk. Is it texting? Is it looking? Is it talking? Is it touching? Is it nudity? Like,
Looking isn't cheating,
No, it's
but
not.
actively trying to pursue someone is.
Yeah.
Or letting someone, like, actively pursue you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that girl flirting with you, and you.
I was oblivious.
Yeah,
though.
that's not cheating.
That's not
Somebody
cheating.
flirting isn't
Okay,
cheating if someone
You
flirts
take
with
you take Shane to get a tattoo. It's a female,
Well, I'm gonna tell a bitch that she better step back into her place.
so
but
she can't straddle him to do the tattoo.
It depends on where his tattoo is at, and that's actually very unprofessional. So no.
Yeah. But she probably had to straddle you because, you know.
No, she didn't.
Look at her trying to reason with it. She's like, it just had to happen. It had to.
Yeah, whatever.
We need a story from you.
No.
She's just like, no.
I don't have one.
You have funny stories.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Come on, yes.
Have you
I
ever had a
literally
bitch or something to
cannot
straddle
think
you?
of anything right now.
I could think of one.
Funny Christmas stories. Horrible Christmas gifts. Like, when you were a kid and you wanted those Air Jordans, or think of Uggs nowadays, you know damn well you're getting the Walmart lookalikes.
I mean, I grew up poor, so.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I told Terry, we got her the stand-up mixer she wanted. But then she got another mixer, but it's a hand mixer. And that's what started this idea. I was like, well, I'll just go outside, get a fucking piece of wood, drill it to the fucking hand mixer. Now it's a stand-up mixer. Fuck
the
it.
same. It's not the same. It's
Not the same at all. I
But-
tried to tell him you need 2 mixers.
Yeah.
You know?
You need the hand mixer, and you need the stand mixer.
Yes.
Well, the hand one's for, slave Timmy that wants it up his ass.
No.
It mixes.
Or what was that you were talking about? He got me this massager, right? No, it's actual back massager, okay?
Mhm. Mhm.
For Christmas.
They sell it at Walmart.
And he's like, we could just screw a fucking dildo to it.
Oh, because it goes like
No.
this. It makes like punching things.
Yeah.
It's like, I seen that. It was at Gabe's. I wanted
You
it.
have 'em everywhere.
It came with like multiple adapters.
Ash
Remember I
said
showed
they
you?
were, Ash said they were wonderful and I should have one. So now I have one and someone has yet to give me a back rub.
It's like been like 2 days or a day.
I know.
So me,
It had
I'm
to
It's been charging.
I must
It's fully charged by now.
I
Shit.
must have a death wish or I'm fucked up in the head
You
because
are.
my back hurts. What do? Tell her to fully sit on my back.
Yeah.
And she'll go to the doctor and she's like, I think I'm going to kill him. Can you just crack his back for him? Because he's sitting there in pain laying on his chest and I just hear him go, ugh, and
Yeah.
all air from Jay is gone.
There's a few times I thought I was gonna kill him doing it.
Yeah, I was like, you want me to sit on your back?
I'm like, are you
nuts?"
okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay? Are you sure? Can you move?
Yeah, because, I mean, I'd cut him in half. Definitely.
Yeah, I've always had a thing for skinny white boys.
Not so skinny anymore.
Yeah, but you work out all the time.
No, he doesn't.
Well, he said he went and
Oh, he used to.
walk, what was it? You were at the...
No, I exercise. I hike and stuff.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Keep your blood sugar and stuff in check.
This body was built by bread. Oh, there's a story.
Yes.
Today at
Yes,
the Dairy
Queen. That bitch was fucking
Awesome.
fantastic.
A Dairy Queen?
Shout out to the girl at the Dairy Queen on Chapman Hill Road.
That was there today about 2 o'clock.
4.
I wasn't there, so I don't know.
Late?
Yeah, it kind of
It was like 3.
between 3 and 4. Sometime, I don't know. We were there.
And then you text me at 5. You just woke up. So was this a dream world?
No, because I
No,
didn't
no,
No,
she
it
No, I
wasn't 2
texted you
o'clock.
at like
You were still
2.
in
then
bed.
I-
Well, it
Yeah.
only
By the
came
house
through at
at 1:30.
5.
No, I texted you
Oh no,
before that.
no, she texted you that at like 2.
Yeah,
That's hey, thanks T-Mobile. Fucking left my shit in limbo for 2 hours.
For real. Hold up. Let me find it.
You were still in bed when I came by the house at 1:30.
Yeah, see, I was in bed. I was still in bed at 3. Yeah, so I told you it was like 4.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, so what happened with this girl? She's like got me confused now.
So the toast at Dairy Queen
I love
is
the fucking toast.
fucking amazing.
I love the fucking toast.
Just toast.
Just their toast.
Yeah, their toast is fucking awesome. So we
fantastic.
decide to get those like
The chicken.
the chicken strip boxes or whatever. They usually have.
strips with the toast.
With the toast. With the toast.
But no, I'm like, okay, look, I have kind of a weird favor to ask you. And she's like, okay. I said, can you sub the French fries with like
More toast.
She's like, okay, like 4 pieces. I'm like, 4 pieces, 8 pieces, 10 pieces, the whole loaf. I don't care. She legit gave us half a loaf of toast.
Oh my gosh!
And she's like, listen, lady. Really? Toast.
Yes, just a shit ton of toast.
I
Just
was
Oh my
a shit
god!
She gave us all the toast. Yeah, she gave us like an entire extra box of toast.
Oh my gosh!
That's funny.
That's That's a lot of toast to eat.
We didn't finish it all,
No.
but it was really good.
So when I was living at the district before I met Terry, when I still was going to school with
Peter.
just Peter, I had a Mustang. I only had said Mustang for a little while because I got in trouble twice for it. I only got it. But the one that is the greatest, I had to do a radio show at U92, and from U92 I had to go to the VAQ building. Not the new VAQ building that happens to be at the end of Spruce Street, the one that's over by Morella Park. So I had to go do that, then I had to go do a club show in Pittsburgh. Anybody that knows Little Washington, there's a tiny little spot in there that basically drops down to 45 miles an hour on the main highway. So it's like 70, 65, 70, 45. And it fucks you every time.
Well, by the road work? Yeah.
But I mean,
they've been doing for like 6 years?
Yeah. Well, over that, because this is even before I met Terry, so you're talking over 10 years. But it's like right out of Little Washington, it drops down to like 45, and then it'll boost back up. And there's always a fucking cop there. I was doing 182 that he clocked. I'm pretty sure I was going a little faster. Cop goes, man, I've been waiting on you all day. And dumbass Jay, I got here as fast as I could.
Yeah. Got your car taken away too, didn't you?
Yeah, the judge looks at me, he goes, we can give you a clean record. No points on your license. Okay, I'm liking this. I didn't even have a lawyer. I didn't even have one of these rental lawyers for like the low budget fuckers. I was in there by myself. I was like, man, I'm batting 1,000. He's like, we can do that for you. Okay, sounds great. And you'll get your license back. Okay, sounds great. We're gonna auction your car off for charity. Mustang 500 GT-KR.
Black.
2010 black on black on black. Night Rider edition. Everything done. Had to say goodbye to it.
Ouch.
Or never drive again and it'll just sit in the driveway.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you, give me my 60 days in jail.
Right?
No. Never drive again. Like, that's how many points they were going to get on me. Because they, in Little Washington, they hate out-of-staters. So, out-of-state, endangering other people's lives, reckless driving, over 40 miles over the speed limit.
Over 40.
They kept, like, adding shit. So, like, when I walked in there, I thought they were done. They were like, oh, you were doing 185 and an 85, and I kind of veer over, and I'm like, oh, that's what they caught me doing. Speedometer sure as hell fucking said something else. Then they were like, then they kept going. And I kind of looked back, and I'm like, where did all this shit come from? But they just kind of, tweaked it. It was the same charge, just let's add some, let's embellish
Well,
it.
yeah, that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
So, reckless driving, endangering others, something that had to do with state lines and something else, like they added a tax there. And so that was just like, fuck it, whatever.
I've always gotten so lucky. Do you remember that time?
Well, when he took
I picked you up when
your
you were
Civic.
working at the frickin' the pipe place with Will.
You mean rebar? Like Ben rebar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And frickin' I picked you up, and then it was like around Christmas time. I had the kids in the back, and it was my beater against your friend's beater.
I don't remember.
We were down that one road. We were racing.
Still doesn't ring a bell.
No, because the cop pulled us both over. We were going frickin' almost 100 and a frickin' 25.
Oh, shit. That's a school zone. They could have really twisted that
Yes,
one.
they could have.
It was great. Let me go in the morning.
How do you... I am the
You're the wrong gender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because mind you, like, I've heard some women, they're like, oh, I got pulled over today, or I did this. And it's like, okay, you were 30 miles over the speed limit. So how much is your ticket? Oh no, he just told me to slow it down.
Yeah.
What? If I got pulled over in front of the mountain lair. The cop crawled under my car.
Yeah.
Terry's freaking out, texting me because she hears the shit going down on the fucking scanner. They pull me over right in front of the mountain lair because I took Willie Street home that night. And it was a game day night and something else, so they had cops everywhere. And there was a WRX in front of me, and there was a Tribune behind me. And we all were just kind of over-revving, acting stupid, but who gets pulled over?
You do, because you have a loud exhaust.
But so did the WRX and the Tribune.
Yeah, but they're not going to get that.
No. So, you know that little side spot where you can pull off to let off college kids? Or where you should pull off, but they don't. They just stop traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Because you pay $40,000 a year for fucking tuition to not learn a fucking thing. Not, like, put your phone away when you're crossing the
Oh,
street.
yes, that's
Yeah.
another good one.
Yeah, they're looking at their phone. La-di-da! And then they almost get hit. What the fuck's your problem? You didn't look both ways, jackass.
Right.
So, they pull me over. They say, sir, do you know why I pulled you over? No, I was going 10. Like,
I was going 10.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I said that. Like, I was like, for once I was doing the speed limit. Like, I'm shitting bricks. Okay, I got a taser under my seat. I've got a beater. I've got handcuffs. I think I'm royally fucked. I've got street glow and everything. Nothing's on, thank God. So the cop goes, well, we're going to need you to turn off your vehicle. Okay, why? Because you don't have an exhaust and there's laws around here. You have to have a muffler. Well, my car has... This is a fucking DC Performance exhaust. It's fine. It's past inspection.
Right? Like,
No.
how can I be legally
Now,
driving
mind
it
you,
right now?
this was not a sheriff. This was not a
It was
state
university police.
This was a university police. I'm on my high horse and trying to prove a point. Okay? Like, if he was going to get me for a ticket, he was going to make sure that this shit was worth it. This motherfucker had me on the curb sitting, and I'm almost in tears because I'm thinking they're going to tow my car because this has happened before.
Mhm.
They run my name, they spell it wrong. So then they tell me I don't have a license.
Yeah, that's happened before.
And they literally get a tow truck and take my car, and I have to go retrieve it the next day, damaged, because they spelled my name wrong on the license search. And they tell me that I have a fake ID.
Yep.
Oh my.
So, my last name is Striffler, and they spell Stifler like the fucking American Pie, and they're saying, well, this is a fake ID, sir. So, I'm fucking freaking out. This university police officer gets on his back. There's only this much room.
Underneath that car is not very
Right?
He's scooching under to verify if there's a muffler. He's with his
Yeah.
little tiny flashlight and everything.
Oh
He
my
brought his
God.
magic flashlight. Click, click. To
I'm
fi-
pretty lucky. I haven't gotten pulled over
How
yet
would they
in my
get
car.
underneath your car?
They would not get underneath.
Yeah, yours ain't happening.
They would have to get like one of those freaking extendable
Jacks.
mirrors.
Yeah.
Drive up on a like lift or something.
Nope. Can't even do that.
Damn.
Nope. There's no nope.
So I was driving the other day.
She
and
may or may not have hit a kid.
We're not sure.
We're not sure. I love that. We're not sure.
I'm not
The survey's still out.
Well, I don't know because he punched my windshield.
The back
like
windshield.
I was the back windshield, so I don't know if I hit him or if he
He happened to walk into the car.
So idea.
Oh
Because
my
I
God,
can't,
that's
and I
great.
may or may not have hit a bank.
No, not a bank like an embankment, like a bank you
Bank
store
store.
money. The
United,
people,
Clear Mountain,
the,
Summit,
the
BB&T.
Huntington. They came out of the bank and said, "Ma'am, you've been in an accident." She goes, "I don't think so," and just keeps on driving.
Oh my God.
The like green thing that
The little post that's by the ATM.
it was dark outside.
Yeah, she's not supposed to be
No
driving
more
at night.
driving for you.
Wait, this gets better. We give her Jazzy chairs when her legs hurt. Okay?
in my hip.
So she's driving a Jazzy chair, and normally she uses it half throttle. Just a nice little coast, and Jay will walk
Those
right.
things don't move very fast.
Yeah, but Jay walks beside her, his leg is hurting, but you don't want me. Look at my looks. They aren't gonna. They'll fucking talk shit on me if I'm in a fucking Jazzy chair.
I don't care.
I mean,
though.
people talk shit about people who are in those chairs regardless.
Well, here's the
Yeah.
kicker.
Chair,
So I tell Terry, I'm going to Toys. Okay? I heard this story from third generation don't give a fuck, but she supposedly sees her brother. Terry then puts it on full throttle and is chasing said brother through Walmart.
Was this when I saw you guys at Walmart the other day?
No.
Newsflash, it wasn't her brother, and the guy's running from her because he's scared of her. Why won't you love me? You're my brother! She's flooring it, chasing him
Oh my god! Why won't you love me? It's like, why aren't you coming over here and giving me a hug? I'm your sister.
And this guy's booking it. I come back and I'm like, babe, what trouble are you getting into? Because I'm walking in as this guy is darting out one aisle and she's yelling to her brother's name, give me a hug!
It wasn't him.
Oh my
It
god!
wasn't her brother. Just some random stranger. Her
It
vision.
looks like him.
Yeah. I mean, she's had an eye stroke, no peripheral vision. A potato chip could look like Osama bin Laden to her.
Yeah.
That's great.
But,
And she took out a DVD display the same night.
oh yeah, I did.
And she just kept flooring it. Didn't back up. Fuck it. Straight through. Cardboard
I
DVD.
can't drive those things either. I
They're-
hit many things and
well,
people in those.
It's a little, it's,
High or low?
no, it's just like, it's going up a little bit, it'll go back down to
Okay.
normal. But then I almost hit a Mexican girl at Menards.
Yeah. This girl's
Wait, we
walking.
have those here?
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one.
Mexican girl or the Menard?
Mexican girl, not Menards. I don't even know what Menards is.
So we're at Menards, and this Mexican girl is like from here to my RC car away from
Yeah.
us. Like Terry could see this coming.
I didn't see her
hey,
coming out the
She's
side.
in coast mode. She's for some reason wants to do something that sounds something that rhymes with pacist, and floors it.
No, I did not.
She floors it. The girl then just centimeters from getting hit. Jay tries to make a joke out of it. Well, you know, you'll get workman's comp. Fuck it. You know, just let her hit you next time.
Yeah, but I didn't see her coming out of the side.
Damn.
So she's gunning it to get to the parking lot. Here's this centimeters.
Yeah, just that's what the problem is that my peripheral vision is
Gone.
off by like centimeters.
You remember that bitch that fucking hit you at Rock on the Range?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay, we want to hear
Yes,
this.
this bitch. We were in this stadium and we were coming down and there was one of the workers there that freaking was pushing this little girl pushing this big ass fucking
Like
cart.
she couldn't
You
see
cannot
over it,
see
she couldn't
over
see
it.
around it. Like
Nothing. It was huge and full of shit, and she fucking rams me right in the fucking ankle, in the back
Oh
of the
my
ankle,
God.
right
Oh,
in the
those
Achilles,
that hurt.
right in the motherfucking Achilles.
I'm sure you lost it on her.
I did.
You told that little troll what to do and where to go, I'm sure.
God, I bent over and I'm like, Jesus, fuck! And I scared this little girl so bad just by saying that she fucking turned around and started going as fast as she possibly could. Yeah, and then I said a few more curseful things. I forgot exactly what they were, but I did say a few more curseful things.
I'm pretty sure there was a fuck you in there somewhere.
I'm sure.
There was a few of them, yeah.
Well, yeah, because that hurts right there. I've gotten Jay a few times. Just by accident. One time when my blood sugar was low, this was back when, I don't even think Max was born yet. and I was a giant eagle, and I put the money in, and I couldn't remember what I was doing, and there was people trying to come out, and they wanted a soda, and I refused to let them get a soda.
It was her pop machine.
It was my pop machine. I would not let them get anything from the pop machine. My ex-husband came out, and he's like, "It's okay."
You were 5 minutes away from being kicked away from the pop machine.
Yeah. And he helped me figure out what I needed and explain to them what was going on, because I would not let them touch the pop machine. I stood in front of it with my hands out and said, "You're not getting into this pop machine."
You're not getting shit.
Yeah.
If anybody's ever watched the movie Pulp Fiction, great movie.
Yes.
The beginning scene when he's yelling at the woman, you know, brilliant verbiage. You know, he's cussing the woman out, telling her that if she opens her mouth again, I'm going to put a bullet in your head, blah, blah, blah. What people don't realize is when I lived near the airport, across the street from us was a group home. Jay had a theater setup with full movie surround sound. You were working late. I think Shane was going to get you.
I remember this story.
Yes, yes. I'm in my boxers, and I couldn't sleep. And then the heat was broke, so I was sleeping upstairs on the couch. And I was like, well, I'll put Pulp Fiction on. It usually gets me to sleep.
Let's reiterate that it is the special person group home.
Yes, it is. I mean, but it is still a funny-ass story. So, they allowed the child, because he had a dog in a wheelchair or whatever, to go around the block.
I don't think they're children.
They're adults?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty
So
sure
he had a
they're
dog, I'm
adults.
pretty sure, and he would walk around the block or the wheelchair. Is it low, high?
No, it's fine.
It's high, low?
No, it's just doing what it does.
Yes. What is it?
It's fine.
What is it?
It's fine.
Let me see it.
It's
It's
fine.
not, let me see it.
It's
You're bullshitting me.
No, it's fine. That is not bad. It's going up just a little. It'll be fine.
If we gotta pick her up off the floor, we gotta help.
We're not going to be picking me up off the floor.
How high is it?
It's 252.
It could be worse.
Yeah.
So, I'm watching that scene. Obviously, I didn't realize that it was quite loud in the surround sound. Gentlemen is... Yeah, I don't think you ever heard me watching movies. But I would... Obviously, I could be on the porch and hear me if I'm playing video games or something. But this kid, person, adult, whatever, was walking across our... like in front of the driveway and overheard that scene. What transpired next was 4 state troopers and the K-9 unit coming to my door. I'm in my boxers watching Pulp Fiction. I hit pause on the movie. When you do that, if it's on a projector, it just goes pitch black. So, I'm trying to explain to them that I'm watching a movie, but obviously they don't even see a TV in my living room. So now they think that I'm telling stories. They make me go on the porch because they need to secure the area. I didn't even know that I had this area that needed secured. They had to go to the basement to make sure that this woman that was being threatened was okay. It was just Jay watching a movie. Thank God by the time the cop came up and he's like, okay, no one's in your house. Can you explain to me what's going on? I walk in and I hit play. Thank God it transpires and we all laugh it off. Do you realize prior to that, I was sitting in front of my Dodge, already with guns pointed at me, telling me that they needed to secure my area over watching a movie. Say what one more time? I will drill a bullet for places in your house. Sir, we are the state police. We have your house surrounded. Come outside.
We heard none of this.
Well, you were gone.
Oh, were we gone? I thought we were
You-
home.
So I opened the door. Hello? Guns already. Step outside. Fuck. I mean, I can't hide anything. I'm in my fucking boxers. why are you upstairs on the couch if this is a they won't fix the heat. Like every question they came up with, I'm just like,
oh no, the heat didn't get fixed hardly at all.
ever.
No, freaking Ash's boyfriend Justin was just there, and he was like looking at the furnace and replacing filters and stuff. He's like, these filters have never been replaced.
In your heater.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they always say they came once a month to change the filters?
Yeah.
No. What's her name? Our old friend that lived downstairs.
Jess.
Yeah. She told me she was weirded out because she thought that, because she saw them because she was in the shower, they were messing in her dirty laundry. You didn't hear that story?
No.
Yes.
Ew.
Yeah. Since then, I do not. That's why I wouldn't let maintenance in the house if I wasn't there. I don't play that shit. You text me and say you're coming, I got the day off, bitch. You ain't coming in here messing in my laundry. What kind of weird shit are you into?
Why would they look at your laundry?
Hey,
for?
I got some nice boxers, man. I'm just saying, or they might. I'm just saying, I'll put it out there because y'all have already helped me move. I've got some nice undergarments that could be confused for women's.
She's over here dying.
You mean I had to help you move that shit?
And she's sitting there saying, okay, we need to downsize. So her thoughts were, we're going to throw away dress shirts, hoodies, jeans. She starts opening drawers and goes, really, Jay?
No, at first I asked if they were Terry's.
They wouldn't
And
fit.
you were just like, no, those are mine.
Oh, he's so skinny.
Oh, that's great.
So picture that.
Please
No,
tell me they were boy shorts and not thongs.
they're not thongs.
Okay.
But picture that, 4 state troopers and the fucking canine unit sitting in front of the Dodge with guns drawn
So
on
they're
them.
probably thinking it puts the notion on his
You were wearing boxers. That's what you were wearing.
I was wearing my
Oh
undergarments.
my god. That's even fucking better.
Now I wish I would have been home.
Well, a guy blew up himself and I didn't even know. I'm
That's
downstairs on the
Well, I
phone.
wasn't even home. I just missed the good shit.
No, I was on the phone with Terry because Terry knew I needed gas money. So she had driven by earlier in the day and put money in the mailbox. She's like, Jay, go to the mailbox. There's $20 in there. Put it in your gas tank because I was still delivering pizzas. And I'm like, well, I'm kind of in my sleep pants. And she's like, just stay on the phone with me. You know, because I was always weirded out by neighbor and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, he was very strange.
yeah, so I was like, I didn't like going out there in undergarments, we'll call it. So, because how do I know he ain't going to call the cops and say I'm indecent exposure?
It's freezing outside.
Yeah. So, I go upstairs and I'm like, there's a lot of red lights. I'm still on the phone with her.
Yeah.
How did you not hear the big kaboom?
Didn't hear it.
He didn't hear it. He was on the phone with me.
Yeah, we didn't hear shit. So, I then run down to the kitchen and I'm looking and I'm like, honey, the house is on fire.
Yeah.
She goes, what? Mind you, I had just got that Fiat. So now my brain starts processing, if anything touched my fucking Fiat, I'll kill that motherfucker. Wait a second, that motherfucker's probably already dead. Wait, are the raccoons that he thought his pets were dead? So I then am like ready to open the door to go get the 20. And I'm like, oh my God, he blew himself up. So I'm asking him and Charlie, what the hell happened? Oh, he said he smelled gas and decided to light a match.
Yup.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah, and he calls me all nonchalantly. The neighbor just blew his house up.
I pulled him out.
What?
And the one chance you could have let him go.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
hero
You
mode
had
kicked
to
in.
be a hero, noble
Fucking
man.
hero. Whatever. I don't know how you didn't hear it. I thought a tree hit the damn house.
Yeah. And then when the tree did fall,
And then we did have a tree hit the house, yeah.
yes. And I'm sitting there looking at it because it did something. Did it cut our electric or did it break a window? Something happened because we needed him out there immediately. It did something to the
It was
house.
on our side of the house and it broke a
was
window.
on mine and
Yeah,
right on my mom's room, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
But did it like cut our electric or something?
It did something. I don't remember it. I think it put a hole in the roof too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we walk outside and all you see is just toothbrush. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, I couldn't hear shit in that basement. I think the world could have ended.
Really? You couldn't even hear the kids or nothing?
Nothing.
Wow.
No, we didn't hear the kids. We didn't hear you guys.
Really?
Nothing.
They complain all the time.
We wondered if you heard us in the bedroom. That's what we wondered.
And then remember the night that the weirdo abuser moved out and everything was left wide open and me and you played investigator.
Yes, that was strange.
And he left some stuff in there. There was like boxes of shit and I'm like, well, I don't want to get blamed for this because we kind of pay rent here, so we need to either lock it up or something. So we're walking in and we're like, hello?
What did he leave?
Like boxes of DVDs.
Belongings.
He left all his shit.
Belongings.
Yeah.
When was this?
And you know Mark turned around and sold that shit at his little yard sale.
Yeah.
And those, I think it was after.
It was the abuser guy. The one that blew
the
up his
one
car.
dude who freaking. No,
It wasn't him?
no, not him. The other guy. The one who freaking came to the door saying the TV was too loud. And
Yeah,
he was being a fucking dickhole to me. Right when I freaking told the children to turn the damn TV down because it was too loud. But he was banging on the door before I could freaking, get it handled. That asshole.
He was, yeah, because me and you stood on the porch
Not
from one
Mike,
night.
the other guy.
And we were like, you want to beat a
Oh,
girl?
it was Mike.
We'll show you how to, you want to mess around.
I don't know, we've had so many damn neighbors.
He was a dick, though, because, like, me and Shane heard him hitting the girl.
Yeah,
and
he was
plates
an
being
asshole.
thrown. And I was like, you want to hit someone? We're right here, homie. Like, we were laughing the day he moved.
We gotta go get Charlie.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Is that her blowing your phone up?
Yeah.
Well, we better wrap it up. Hopefully you enjoyed the Christmas edition. We got to do this more often.
Yeah.
This is fun. And like, subscribe, and remember, Mistress Angie at gmail.com.
Oh my god!